I teach high school in a tough neighborhood. Last month, I received a text from a former student that saved 31 lives. I teach high school chemistry in one of the poorest neighborhoods in Detroit. Last month, I received a text from a former student that saved 31 lives, all because I once spent 10 minutes showing him how rust forms on metal. Jamal was in my class 4 years ago, brilliant but distracted, always teetering on the edge of dropping out. His home life was chaotic. His father was in prison and his mother worked double shifts. He had that weary look of a teenager already carrying adult burdens. One day after class, he lingered in the lab, staring at a rusted chain I'd used for a demonstration. "How does that happen?" he asked. It was the first genuine curiosity I'd seen from him. Instead of rushing to my next class, I spent 10 minutes showing him how iron oxide forms, the electron transfer, the role of water and oxygen. He asked thoughtful questions, and for once his eyes weren't on the clock or the door. Just a brief, ordinary moment of teaching that I mostly forgot about. Jamal graduated by the skin of his teeth and took a job at the city's water treatment facility. Nothing glamorous, just maintenance work to help support his younger siblings. We'd text occasionally. I'd send him articles about chemistry and everyday life, and he'd respond with thumbs up emoji. Last month at 2:17 a.m., my phone buzzed with a text from him. "Dr. Maxwell, is sodium hydroxide supposed to smell like almonds?" I was half asleep, but something immediately set off alarm bells. Sodium hydroxide is odorless. Bitter almond smell is associated with hydrogen cyanide, one of the deadliest poisons known. He was on the night shift at the treatment facility. A new chemical delivery had arrived labeled as sodium hydroxide, a common water treatment chemical. But something didn't look right to him, and when he carefully wafted the scent, as I taught all my students, he recognized the almond smell. "Don't touch it," Cal Husband immediately. "That's not sodium hydroxide," I told him. "That's potentially cyanide." He argued that his supervisor would fire him for causing a false alarm. He couldn't afford to lose this job. I promised I'd take full responsibility if it was nothing, but begged him to make the call. 2 hours later, I was standing outside the water treatment plant, watching hazmat teams in full protective gear removing barrels that had been deliberately mislabeled. They contained enough cyanide to poison the water supply for 3 neighborhoods, approximately 31,000 people. The FBI arrived by dawn. It wasn't an accident. It was an attempted mass poisoning. The investigation is still ongoing, but they've made 2 arrests connected to a domestic terrorist group. When the police asked Jamal how he knew to be suspicious, he said, "My chemistry teacher showed me that real reactions don't happen like they do in movies, and she taught me that when something doesn't look right, you test it carefully before you proceed." Yesterday, the mayor presented Jamal with a civilian commendation. Reporters asked him how he had the knowledge to prevent this tragedy. He pointed at me in the audience and said, "Because Miss Maxwell spent 10 extra minutes with me when she didn't have to." What he doesn't know is that I almost didn't. That day I was exhausted behind on grading and had another class waiting, but something in his eyes, that rare spark of curiosity, made me pause. Every teacher has moments where we wonder if anything we do matters in the face of poverty, broken systems, and the enormous challenges our students face. We pour our hearts into young people and often never see the results, but sometimes a 10-minute conversation about rust can save a community. Sometimes the small moments of connection are the ones that matter most, and sometimes the lessons that save lives aren't in any curriculum. I'm not sharing this for recognition, I'm sharing it for every teacher wondering if their work matters. A dozen ways you might never see, in moments you might never witness, through ripples that extend far beyond your classroom. Today I am back to teaching periodic tables and electron configurations to teenagers who mostly wish they were somewhere else.